Side Scroll is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hi, buddy.
Blab.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the number one gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What is going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Happy Monday to you. 2 months in. 2 months into this bad boy. Here we are. Welcome to the number one video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. I don't mean that literally. I mean it figuratively. It's in our hearts and it's in your minds. Everyone's like, oh, you're not really number one. Fuck off. Welcome on in, everybody. Let's go. Hello, Travis Keys.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, we have you, friend. Good morning to you. The Guamanian from Guam. It's Blabs. Hello, Blabs.
I feel like every day is just a whole other word of Guam. Soon it'll be like Guam X or something. But hello. Hi, chat. Happy Monday. Yay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Also, the greatest gamer in the room, Adam Krigler.
I think you lied again. I think we are number one, literally and figuratively.
We're getting there.
What do you mean we're getting there? We are.
We got to get there in the views.
It's a mind state.
Oh, damn it.
Don't turn the music up on me.
Sorry, my fault. I had it on loop.
He's like, shut up. We're not number one. It's like, fine. Now with that attitude.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. That's the exciting thing about this. We're building over time. You know, we're only 2 months in. We got great things going on. Last episode on Rumble, 148,000 views.
Woo!
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. That's right. Big up, Rumbles. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Also, big ups to our brand new friend, our guest today. You may know him as Cody or CAMELOT331. Hello, welcome on in, friend.
What's up, y'all? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think Guam was a real place.
It's not.
You ever Googling?
Yeah, I do. Like I remember when you would buy things or you would sign some agreement. It was like, it applies to all 50 states except for Puerto Rico and Guam. And I'm like, okay, so those aren't real places, obviously.
Well, I've been to Puerto Rico, so I can say that is a real place.
But you can also say, Adam, that you can also just say that. I can also say I've been to Puerto Rico, and then I have pictures.
I've been to Narnia.
I have proof.
It supports the great lie.
What's the great lie?
Could be edited.
It's not real. Dude, no. When we had a meeting in Vegas, like a manager's meeting for GameStop when I used to go to GameStop, or when I used to work there, and there was a Puerto Rican group of GameStop managers, and there was 20 of them, and it did not matter what day it was, because you know how Vegas is. Like when you get to the 5th day of Vegas, you're like, I want to die. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to be here no more. You're like sleeping and shit. You can't get out of bed. You're like, please give me coffee and something. So, but they would always walk by with their little shaky sticks that they smacked together, and they were just chanting some Puerto Rican stuff, and they were had an air horn, and they're just walking down, and no matter what day it was, it'd be the last day, everybody's hungover, we're dead, we got to go get a health screening when we get back to the damn city, because you know what I'm saying, it's Vegas, and they're just still freaking chanting shit, and I'm like, what is wrong with Puerto Ricans? It's like, is cocaine legal there? Because they're on that shit for sure.
Not sure. Wouldn't surprise me though.
Hey, I like you. This is gonna be a good show. I love it. I love it. This is gonna be great. I don't know what's going on with Rumble. I put all the information in properly, but it's not showing up over there. So we'll continue. Yeah, I don't know. No, I put it in all properly and everything. Everything. It was all good.
Clearly.
So we try. That's
why it's working.
We'll figure it out. Either way, we're gonna have a good show today. It is Monday. We have a brand new week ahead of us. Lots of great guests coming up this week. In addition to Camelot, you can see immediately to my left. You can see. I had to triple check. This week we'll be live over on Geeks and Gamers. We'll be with Jeremy and Dan Vask. Also on Friday, On Friday, we'll have Handy Capable Sean, the Twitch streamer who plays games with his chin, which is really, really cool. I'm looking forward to having Sean on as well. So it should be really good. Camelot, you ever played any games with your chin before?
My chin? No.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you call a game. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff I've done.
I need go on.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't wash my chin for a week after because I like the memories. You know, I like to hold on to it as long as possible. I grew up a very sad man. You know, you guys don't understand. I was obese until I was like 18. You know what I'm saying?
What happened when you
God.
turned 18?
I don't know, man. Like okay. So I was drinking soda and stuff, which this isn't technically a soda, and I don't care what my.
Oh, is that Monster? What is wrong with you?
No, where was he last week?
Oh my God, it was delicious. No, so I drank like 12 Cokes a day when I was 16, 17. And I was actually on the tail end of 17 when I lost weight. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking soda and just drink water because I'm tired of this garbage. And I didn't think anything would happen. I just was like, I wanted to be healthier for some weird reason. And I stopped drinking Coke. And within 3 months, I'd lost like 80 pounds and then 100 pounds like by the 4th month. And I was eating Little Caesars because that was when the $5 hot and ready pizza came out.
I hear you.
And I was eating them bitches like twice a day. I was like, yeah, go double fist them and shit, you know? And I lost like almost 100 pounds. And I was like real scrawny, like ridiculously scrawny. And I remember looking in the mirror and I was like, what the fuck? And I like called my mom like over. I was like, Mom, come look at this. And she looked at me and she's like, yeah, you're real thin. I'm like, when did this happen? And then suddenly, like a week later, a girl that I used to have a crush on, like messaged me on MySpace, I think. And she's like, we should hang out, man. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm still in that fat guy mind mode where I'm like, okay, I guess I'll hang out with this girl. And dude, she took her drawers off. And I was like, what's happening? Oh my God. So it was pretty cool.
How'd that go? Did it finish up?
Cool.
Finish up strong?
Yeah,
No.
Oh, I mean, dude, it was like that was like my second time. The first time was real weird. I was a random girl off MySpace. Second time, real strange. All right, you know, it was like 3 choice pumps. That's all you get from my ass.
Hey, I hear you. You know,
it's still kind of like that today, to be honest. But still,
Oh my God.
listen. This you know, this whole idea of like going an hour, like all these fictional things. Like, come on, what are we even talking about?
No one wants that garbage.
No. At a certain point, especially when you're married, it's like, okay, let's just, okay, come on, you know. So,
3 a.m. I'm done.
No. Yeah, I don't agree with that. It's about. I think both parties should come to fruition, if you will.
Right. I get it. But at the same time, it's not every time is rose petals and candles laid out. Like, come on, let's be real, right?
Yeah, it's not slobbery every time.
I hear a lot of excuses right now.
You know, I thought
coming
the
from
most
me,
wild
Craig.
thing was gonna be Adam without like a face, but nah, it's not even topped.
Look, dude,
We're like 8 minutes in. Yeah.
it's important.
This is important. It's important to talk about these things.
Yeah,
That's right.
100% important. I just didn't think we were going there.
Do you not believe in connections, Blabs? Connections are important. Look, you hang out with a girl, all right?
Okay.
Or a guy. Look, this goes both ways. And you know, the slobber pocket be slobbery. That's when you know you have a connection. If she's trying to lie to your ass and she's like, I really like you. Your beard looks really nice. And she's like, I really like your weird gut thing. That's usually what happens to me. You know, and you're like, oh damn. And then you go in for the plunge and the meat wallet ain't slobber. That you know she was lying to your ass. Unless it was like 2 days after, you know, I get the anatomy, all right. But like if you hang out with a dude and it's like as hard as your pickle jar that you keep on your desk, like you know.
Why do you have a pickle jar on your desk?
I like pickles, man. If I did not have a pickle jar on my desk, I'd be eating the worst food possible every day. God,
Pickles are good. I'll give it to you.
I agree. I love pickles. Fried pickles.
Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't like them for a while because every single time I go like hang out with my friends, we go to like a wing joint. I'll be like, man, well, let's get some cheese sticks or some shit. And they would order like the fried pickles, you know? And I'm like, man, I hate these. And then all of a sudden I love them now. Like I just like ate like 5 one time and I was like, yeah, I love these now. So
I love how Travis just comments in the private chat saying, good for digestion as well.
Right.
Yes.
I want to know. I want to know something. I want to understand what the hell is fight milk.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
No.
Can you explain this, please? Because I've seen it happen. Garrett was like, "I did it, guys." Flawed was like, "I freaking did it." I'm like, ugh. Can you explain it, please?
So it's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I mean, it probably goes further back than that, but I had a guy in my chat named Aaron, and it was probably my 3rd stream ever, and I was playing Oblivion. This was years and years ago.
Classic.
And God, such a great game, man. And he was like, "You should do Fight Milk if you hit $1,000 in super chats." And I was like, "I don't know what that means." And he's like, "Yeah, just take a glass, like a glass, and then fill it with 8 ounces of milk," which I don't measure that shit. I just pour it in. And then 2 raw eggs. It's crow eggs and the actual Fight Milk, but it's 2 raw eggs, and then like 3 ounces of vodka. I usually use whiskey.
Oh shit.
And then you smash it. You have to smash it in one go. And Nick Ricada's done it, I think 6 or 7 times now on my show. And he finally got it in one go, the most recent show last week.
Wow.
And I'm so proud
Good for him.
Dude, but some people, they kill it. It's not as bad as you think, though. Like Chrissy Mayer, she's coming on my show tonight. And I was like, "You're doing Fight Milk, right?" And she's like, "I don't think so." And I'm like, "It's not that bad. I promise you. Just do it. Please. Be a man. Be a man, damn it."
But just the milk and just 8 ounces of milk at one. I can't do milk. Ugh. Is it whole milk, skim milk?
I use whatever in my fridge at the time. I think I have 2% right now. And it's Fairlife, the milk where they kick the baby calves and shit. Did you see that? It's like,
no.
"Don't buy Fairlife. They're beating the hell out of the calves." It was a video where they're like punching calves in the face. And they're like, "Yeah, give us your milk, bitch." And I'm gonna be honest, like the milk
can't produce milk.
It's fine. They were beating the hell out of them. Maybe they were
apparently if you punch them hard enough. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there was, dude. Everybody makes a little bit of milk, and my God, dude, the Fairlife milk is so good, and it's really high in protein, and that's what I need.
So you get that Fairlife milk. You get a couple eggs and 3 ounces of bourbon, huh?
Yep. Whatever I have. I was using Scotch for a while. Really smoky, peaty stuff. God, tastes like chewed up cigar ass. So yeah, but yeah, usually rum, whatever I have.
All right, thanks for that explanation. That's
really
and now you know, Adam.
Sounds gross.
Now you know. Yeah. Well, wow. Okay, that's amazing. Let's get started. Let's Play Hombre came in with the 220. He says, "Happy 2 months. Good job. Hey, thanks." It's like, and we're stopping after the show. It's congratulations. This high as it's going to get right now with Camelot on. I love it. Melee Games came in. It says, "Shout out to Paul Hadouken for the kick-ass theme." That's right, man. Paul Hadouken killing it with the side scrollers theme. By the way, Rumble is up right now. I want to let you know I did nothing and it just popped up. So
yeah, I think it was down because I was getting like a 502 error and everything.
Yeah, all of Rumble was down.
Okay, good to know. Yeah.
Damn it, I can't blame Craig anymore.
Can't do it. Extra Zero says, "No one stopped Fuddruckers' world's greatest hamburgers claim. You got to be the change to see the change." That's right, Extra Zero. Actually, I watched a Company Man video. You guys know Company Man? You ever heard of that guy? He had a video about Fuddruckers and about how they made that claim as well. The idea that they were the world's greatest hamburgers, but they're pretty good. Yeah, pretty good stuff. You guys ever had a Fuddruckers hamburger before?
No.
What?
I don't know if I've ever been to a Fuddruckers.
What is that?
It's a hamburger chain.
Well, Craig knows I don't do these things. Remember the whole thing in Florida, so I know nothing.
I don't know the thing in Florida.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Do I want
Craig
to know?
knows. We were there.
Buc-ee's?
Yeah, with all the foods and stuff. I was like, "What is this place?
Awesome.
Like the Wallaby, whatever it's called." Starts with the W. What is it? I
Whataburger.
can't remember. It was right next to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, Whataburger.
Not Buc-ee's. The other one where we went to get food.
Chick-fil-A?
Chicken. Yeah, that one. And there was
What?
one right next to it.
Chick-fil-A with a W.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
There was a thing right next to it.
Chick-fil-A.
No.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A is what we
the
went
gas
to.
station. The gas station that starts with the W. Yeah. It's like a
You got hamburgers from a gas station?
No, it was next to it. I had never been to either one. So while Craig was getting the food at Chick-fil-A, Jeremy took me to the other place, and I was like, "Wow, this is a letdown. I don't know the place of it."
Yeah. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's
Wawa.
a Wawa.
Was it a
That's
Wawa?
what it is. Yeah, it was a Wawa.
Wawa's great.
Mm-hmm. It's not Buc-ee's. Not Buc-ee's.
Gotta get their peach iced tea.
You been to Buc-ee's, Cody?
Yeah. So I race in this like minor NASCAR series.
Oh, awesome.
And every 2 weeks our races are every 2 weeks. And I always stop at Buc-ee's on the way there. and I get the pulled pork floppy juicy sandwich every time. Oh, it's
what do you race? Just curious.
So it's the series. There's this series called the Super Cup series. It's been around for a long time, and there was a lot of wrecking, a lot of things going on in the series. So this guy that has been running NASCAR for 30 years, he started his own series with the help of a lot of people from NASCAR called the Grand National Series. And it's kind of a sister series to the Super Cup series. And you can run old NASCAR Cup cars from like the mid 2000s, like Gen 4 chassis. So that's what I run. And most of these guys run those cars. And we just run short tracks all over the Southeast. And we run in Virginia. We run in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama.
That's awesome.
Do you own your own car, or do you like?
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
You have 2. Cool.
My family grew up dirt racing up throughout Missouri and such. They did a lot of dirt racing through there, and I don't know, man. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but just never done it. You know, but
it was money. There's no way I could do it. And then I hit my 30s, and then I suddenly could do it, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll do it. It's super expensive though. For example, Saturday we were running, I don't know, we were running 10th or 11th. And I was, passing a bunch of guys going through the field. It was awesome. I was having a lot of fun. And then my engine exploded. So, it just started throwing water out the exhaust. So now I have to get my engine rebuilt or buy a new engine. And to get it rebuilt, it's like $6-7 grand. To buy a new engine is like $9 grand. So it's like, what do I do in this situation? Best thing I should do is buy a new engine and get the old one rebuilt and then just have 2. So that's kind of like the idea, but I might miss a race or 2. But there's the Dodge manufacturer team guy in our series. He runs all the Dodges. There's 3 of them, and then there's me, and I'm just a Dodge too for some reason because that's what I bought. And he's real cool, so he's gonna let me jump in one of his cars for the next 2 or 3 races until I get my new engine in. So that's pretty cool because I'm in the points battle right now, and that's gonna be devastating to miss a bunch of races. So
right. It's like, can you win money if you got to spend $9,000 on can you earn that back? Is there any money in this? It's like, if you win,
if you won everything across the board, you probably win about 200 grand. But
it costs.
It costs if you're just one guy, one car, that you can make a profit. If you run in 3 cars, you probably make a profit too. But the first race of the year, we finished 5th, which was a really good run for us. Probably because everybody's cars are new and they're kind of shaking them out, so everybody's having engine issues and shit. So from attrition and passing like a couple guys, I finished 5th, and it paid about $1,000 to finish 5th. So that was a pretty good pay. And owning everything outright without financing anything, that's like a $600-700 profit. So
right. Cool. Man, I could do an hour with you just talking about racing, for sure. But that's awesome. Well, you are definitely you have a lot of stuff, a lot of stories to tell, and I like it. I like hearing the stories.
Thing, man. It's something to do with trailer parks. So I grew up in one, and for some reason I just got a lot of damn stories. It's weird.
Hey,
what do you do for fun, Craig? Like when you're a rich kid growing up, you're like going to Paris and shit with your parents for some reason. I mean, we watched Home Alone 2, right? Like everybody's going everywhere. They're all celebrating, having a great time. What did I get? I didn't get a vacation but once every 5 years. And we were going to the beach every damn time, just like 2 hours away.
Right.
And so I had to find my own fun. Usually the fun was like either like, running from the trailer park dog, the Rottweiler that was on the chain for some reason. And he break that shit sometimes. He bit my ass one time. Left 3 beautiful holes right in my ass cheek, or running from the bullies on their 4-wheelers. So my dad kicked the shit out of one time because he chased me down on a 4-wheeler. My dad's a great man. He's not like a sucky man. He's a good man. And when the 4-wheeler was chasing me, I jumped out of the way. My dad ran out of the trailer, and grabbed this kid and took him off his 4-wheeler and threw him like a football. I guess he didn't realize the kid was like 16, but didn't realize my dad's like a 40. And when you're 40, it's a different world.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're stronger. You're just stronger. And he just threw this kid. This kid was crying. Dude, it was awesome.
I guess
Kid was crying. It was awesome.
I got stories about grown man strength, man. I'll tell you what. When I was,
wow.
I'll get you one. In just
he's
a second.
still waiting for it to.
No, man, it's hit. It's hit, dude. It's hit. There's a certain point where you get strong for whatever reason. I'll tell you what, I was in the gym. In the gym not too long ago, and I'll just say this, man. I was putting up more weight than I ever have for whatever reason. And I hadn't done anything in a long time, and all of a sudden it just got super fucking strong. And I was like, what happened? I don't even know.
Technically 30 is old man, I think. Because when I hit 30, I was benching 225 on flat bench. I hit 30 and it just skyrocketed. And in four or 5 months, I think it was October 2020, I hit my 1 rep max of 410 on the bench. And
that's insane.
And now I can just do 385 for like 5.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Hey,
but granted, I'm way older now. But
quick side note, by the way, Adam, you threw down the challenge of losing 20 pounds, and I said, I'm going to do this.
Well, not really. I was kind of just poking fun at you, but you seemed to.
I accepted the challenge because it was a wake up call, and that was 1 week ago. I'd like to let you know I'm down 5 pounds.
Hell yeah, bro!
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
We're down 5. We're down 5, ready to go. Jason, hey, let's go. Jason says, happy Monday and happy 2 months. While packing up on the move, I found my old Screw Attack DVDs last night. Glad to watch some of the 8-Bit Glory DVD. Great memories. Hey, thanks, Jason. Appreciate that, man. What's a DVD? That's awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And I'm glad you're able to find those, and those were able to bring you a little bit of happiness. Paul gifted a membership to the channel. Paul, thank you so much. Brand new membership to the channel. Really. By the way, I renamed all of our memberships. We have multiple levels of memberships now. We have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. See what I did there? Owning the meme. Shane came in, says, I never watched Camelot before this stream, but as a fellow Southerner, I'm digging this guy. God damn it. Dadgummit. I'm fixing to find his channel. I'm sure he'll know what a Piggly Wiggly is. God damn, of course.
Yeah. So I worked at Piggly Wiggly when I was 16.
Let's go,
dude. And it was for a short period. My boss, dude, it was like you ever read or listen to creepypastas? My boss was a creepypasta in human form. Yeah, it's like spooky stories on the internet, right? And he was on crutches because I think he had some degenerative condition. So he's on crutches, and they made this noise, like this tapping noise. It's weird. I can't even explain it. And it would be so quiet, and now look, I was a bad employee. I'd sit on the can aisle and I'd pop SpaghettiOs and eat them because I was a fat kid. We got to go back to the fat kid. So I was popping SpaghettiOs and just smashing them bitches, and you would just hear his tapping like inhumanly fast, right? Because he's like 80 and has a gray beard down to his like freaking knees, and you just hear I'd be eating the SpaghettiOs. Gandalf? Yeah, and I'd be eating them SpaghettiOs, and you just hear tap 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 tap, 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 and I was like, ah! And like he would be like, I would throw the can to the back of the shelf just so he wouldn't see it, and he's like, he would always say some bullshit that old guys say. I don't pay you to sit there. I don't pay you to, he'd say something like that, and then he'd tip tap off away. But his tip tappies away were always normal sounding, but on the way to you, they were inhuman, like, and you're like, how is he doing that shit? And it was terrifying. And then like he sold all of his Piggly Wigglies because he had a bunch of them, but he got so damn old. He's like, now that same Piggly Wiggly is not even there anymore. They're all gone. There's like one in Steele, Alabama, maybe. I think shit. So, but yeah, it's a great place. I used to just eat everything.
Plus, Piggly Wiggly is a supermarket chain.
Yep.
Okay, I was really lost. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what the fuck is a Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah, a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, never mind. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was waiting for them to actually explain it all, Adam.
Yeah, it's just a grocery store. Now they do have cheese biscuits. If you go to the Piggly Wiggly in the Outer Banks in North Carolina, dude, so I fly over there all the time because I love that damn place because it's like a settler's place. So all the houses are from 1600. Blackbeard's house is there, by the way. And dude, they got these cheese biscuits.
It's adorable.
Oh, you can buy. There's just biscuits with cheese in them. You bat them bitches. Oh god, they're so good.
It's amazing how good things can be when you simply add cheese.
Yeah, and it's like melty and shiny and greasy. Oh,
yeah. You can get those stuff. You can get those things at of Buc-ee's as well. Really, anywhere down here, in Texas, you can get cheese on anything. So it's great.
How many exits are there in Buc-ee's, Craig?
In Buc-ee's, 3.
Yeah.
3 main exits and 3 main entrances as well. You can go in or out, either way.
I lost attention again.
Why is that significant?
Oh, because never mind. Craig knows.
Because it's a very big, it's a big place. Yeah, it's a very, very big. Buc-ee's is a giant. It's not a gas station. It's a destination. It's
I'm
crazy.
thinking of something completely different. She said 3 inches and 3 exits, and I'm like, wait, what are we talking about right now? I thought you guys, is this an inside joke, or am I just being way too vulgar?
No, it's an inside joke, but it's not a dirty joke. I just space out every time.
I was like, that makes a lot of sense because I know
Could be both.
entrances and exits. I know.
Anyway.
Extra Zero came in and says, Vlad doesn't like Wawa. Big sad. Wawa for life.
Listen, I was in it for like 10 minutes. It was a relatively small one, I guess. So I wasn't all like, wow, amazing. Maybe there's bigger ones out there.
It's
And
not the
both-
size, it's the motion. All right.
There you go. It's been
Right,
well
Camelot?
established.
I don't know, man. They're never really impressed. So
No, I'm sorry.
Boat
Didn't
Knight
mean
wants to
bring that
know
up.
if you can Amerisplain, which is a new term I've never heard before, what Wawa is to this Canuck.
Canuck.
It's a gas station, pretty much it.
Sometimes. It's like a
what else is it?
7-Eleven, but from the East Coast.
Right,
Like Philadelphia 7-Eleven that's
Yeah.
strict to the East Coast.
right. That, yeah, I think that's a great way to explain it for sure.
It's way better than 7-Eleven, though. Just saying.
Mikey comes in with the 5, says, what is the ever-loving hillbilly barbecue Skittle raccoon poop are these stories? Can we just have a daily story time with Camelot, please? Listen, I'm loving these stories. These are
Dude.
great.
I'm gonna be that old guy, like that just has the stories, man. And it's just because I did a lot of stuff, and I didn't mean to. It just happened, I guess.
Hey,
Or
man.
maybe
life-
I can articulate all the things or remember more. There's just so much stuff I remember, and new stuff pops in my head all the time. So
Well, life is a journey, right? And it's all about stories. So, that's the thing is you have these experiences, and along the way, if you have a crazy ass manager who walks with a cane and it looks like Gandalf and trying to get you from eating the SpaghettiOs, that's just a story along the way. We all have those. We all have, it's great. Gino says Sheets is better than Wawa. I don't know what Sheets is. I'm guessing it's probably a gas
It's a gas
station as well.
Yeah.
I love the idea
Also
that
East Coast.
I love the idea that we have factions of gas station fans. Like people are like, nah, Sheets for life, Wawa for life.
Sheets
Get
is
out of
good.
here.
I've been to Sheets.
they have great burgers at Sheets, man.
I don't, are you familiar with Sheets?
Yeah, I went to Sheets like 2 days ago.
No, okay, shit.
You can order a special like burger, and it's so succulent and juicy.
Sheets.
Hell
Wait.
yeah, dude.
Succulent and juicy?
Yeah, at the same time.
Shit.
Sheets.
That's a pun, you see. All right. Do we want to talk about video game news, or should we even worry about video game news today? Because Camelot's story time is happening
I
today.
think
I like
Camelot's
it.
story time is infinitely more interesting right now.
I agree, man.
The thumbnail won't make sense. It should have just
Okay.
been Camelot's face.
I agree. Okay, this is what we got. Okay, let's to honor the thumbnail today. To honor the thumbnail, we will get
No.
this.
Fuck the thumbnail. I'm not saying we need to honor it at all. I'm just
Okay. Sounds good. Then we'll just go on. Well, then let's talk about this. Okay.
let the chat decide.
I'm seeing video games.
From
That's
who?
2 right there.
From who?
Rabnad wants to hear about Zelda, D-Subversion, Go Video Games. So,
All right. Look, this will last about 30 seconds. Okay. Just like the motion of the
hates
ocean we talked
Zelda.
about.
Yes.
All right.
What? Who said Krigler hates Zelda? They're crazy.
Mr.
Yeah.
Baggins, 88.
Sounds like an idiot.
Hold on. Okay. Let's check this out. So here's the story. To honor the thumbnail, here we go. Tears of the
No
Kingdom
hard
thinks
news?
they.
Is this
Oh,
hard
yeah,
news or
sorry.
just regular
Yeah,
news?
hold on. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment. Everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. Say it.
I'm not saying
This is hard news.
Hadouken stole my fire, dude.
Yeah, I know. Camelot, are you excited for the new Zelda game? Do you care about the new Zelda game?
Man, yeah, I think so. Now I haven't played all the Zelda stuff, but I started really late because someone in my chat was like, please play Ocarina of Time. And I was like, okay, look, I'll play it because I've heard stuff about it my whole life. I think I was 29 or 30. And I went ahead and played Ocarina of Time on stream on N64. And I was like, wow, this is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. So that also supports the whole, you know how a lot of people will say you're blinded by nostalgia, and that's why we remember games being better. I don't think that's true because I didn't have any nostalgia attached to Ocarina of Time, and I thought it was one of the best games I've ever played. And this is during the time of like Bloodborne and all these games existing right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I loved it. Thought it was great. So then, of course, when Breath of the Wild came out, I played Breath of the Wild, loved it. So I think so. Yeah, I think I'm interested in the new Zelda game for sure.
All right. Well, the new Zelda game is coming out here in a few weeks. They had the new trailer released last week. Did you get a chance to catch that as well?
The new trailer? I have not. No.
Okay. So some people are saying it's one of the best trailers of all time. You know, I saw that comment and stuff. It's about 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And there was the big news though today is that the internet has interneted and they are solving mysteries in this from this trailer already. So Tears of the Kingdom fans think they managed to pinpoint Zelda's exact location from the trailer. What? Oh, hi. Sorry, my fault. There we go. Hey, sorry. You're just clicking things over. I need to get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't even know why that's there. But they managed to pinpoint the exact location of Zelda in the trailer. So there's this shot right here of Zelda. And I guess one of the mysteries in the game is where Zelda is. I don't know. But this guy Ultima has gone in and he says, I can't get over this image. Someone trying to triangulate Zelda's map coordinate. So they went in and they went to the original Breath of the Wild map, and they have figured out exactly where she's standing right here. They're saying, well, here are the places and all this, this is everything that you need to see. And one guy's actually gone in and taken actual video proof and modded the game to see exactly where she is. Why this matters, I don't know. I just found it interesting. But this could be potentially a major spoiler in the game. So if you are interested in spoilers, I don't know. But just turn your ears off for about 10 seconds. So I just thought this was interesting because the internet always finds a way to screw things up. So let's check out this video real quick. So here's the shot. There's a crossfade using the exact, like literally the exact location from where she is. They zoom out, and they will tell exactly where she was standing, which makes total sense because she's standing in front of the Temple of Time. And there you go. So that's the idea. And now you know exactly what's going on in the game. So spoilers to you and internet. So congratulations. Now you know. And that's the news story.
Man, isn't that wild? It's wild how now let's be fair to Nintendo. It's cool that they say consistent with all their like lore and shit. So that's pretty cool. But the fact that people will go out of the boundaries or go through other games just to find certain things, and they find it really quick too, mind you. Now, look, I can't do that stuff. Like, unless it's like maybe Elder Scrolls Oblivion or something to that nature, then that like I can figure out stuff like that because those games mean way more to me than they should.
Right.
But yeah, it's just wild to me how people can find stuff out so damn fast, so intricately. Now, granted, look. Again, I didn't graduate high school nor go to college or anything. So when I see things like that, I'm like, damn, that's so intellectually advanced, So
well, the irony is that people who do those things generally are not the most intellectually advanced people. They just have way too much time on their hands.
That is also true.
Yeah. The Thriller came in, throwing out his gas station representative says, "Nah, man, Country Fair beats them all." Hey, thanks, Thriller. Appreciate that.
I feel like we should make like a whole chart and a poll of all these gas stations, and vote for your favorite.
A gas station tier list.
Yeah. We should do one day.
S tier times 2.
Agreed. Double S. Platypunk says Casey's for life, which I guess is another gas station. I love it. Yosef came in, says, "Oh, cool. I love Camelot. He reminds me of DSP."
Now, dude, I've never jerked it on camera. But I've been thinking about it. So
there's plenty of opportunity. There's plenty of
a new tier, man. A new tier.
Hey, everyone always says, there's no publicity is bad publicity, as they say. So I'll tell you what, man. Okay, so we've covered the thumbnail. There it is. We've covered the thumbnail. We're ready to go. I want to get back into this. Okay, I want to talk about this because in addition. Camelot, we've established several things, right? You lost a lot of weight. You become a race car driver. You worked at Piggly Wiggly. And you've also covered extensively on your channel GameStop
Yeah.
You spent time at GameStop. Give everybody like the high level GameStop story here real quick, because you had a little bit of brouhaha with the manager.
Yeah, dude, is wild. Yeah, so I was at GameStop for around 11 years, and I watched the company change so much in that time. It's pretty weird, actually, when I think back to it, because when I first started, I think Halo 3 was the big title that year. It was like
2008.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was the year after. I started in 2007, but I remember Halo 3, and I remember playing Halo 3 like way before we got the copies in like a week or two before. We were playing Halo 3. Dude, we went through the campaign. It was just cool, and we would sit there in the store. It was a weird time to where it reminds me almost of like 80s movies and 90s movies. It was like the tail end of that era for me, because we would just stay in the store. I mean, you'd work all day, which generally was pretty fun, to be honest. We would just goof off and like check people out and be done. There was no, insane, like, overbearing, district manager or regional director telling you to sell this and sell that or you're fired and all that. It was just kind of like, hey, if you get your discount cards, good on you. 10%'s the goal, or 5% was the goal, which is nothing. That's like 1 per 20 customers, which is so doable, right?
To buy it, to like upsell a discount card?
Yeah. It's $14.99. They get the magazine, they get 10% off used games. So
what was like what was the average? Like you said, 5%. What was, I don't know, how many people have discount cards to GameStop?
I mean, we would always beat the 5% goal back in the day, right? It was easy. And then, of course, as time went on, progressing through the years, 2014, 2015, where people started getting fired and coached if they didn't get at least 20%, discount cards, which is just too much. Because if you got a customer that came through your line and they already had a discount card, right, it would lower your percentage. And it's like, bro, that doesn't make any sense. They already have one, or something to that, or they were buying, some batteries or a new game that didn't even help. Like the card didn't even help with that, right? So, or they didn't want the magazines, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that being said, it was really cool back in the day because we would just get off work and then play games, like a LAN party. We would just get off work. All the employees would get off work and we would just play games. It was weird. It was cool. And that's what we did with Halo. And then I remember Gears of War came out. We did the same thing. It was a lot of fun, dude. It was a lot of fun. But then the company I watched it change like before my eyes, like really, really quick. And by 2010, I was made a store manager. And then we started going to Vegas. And it was just the best. It was a great job until 2014 hit. And we had our biggest year ever, profit-wise, operating profit. And the next year, of course, you know how every corporate company has that like 18% growth year over year. 2015, we didn't. We had a like 7% growth or something. And that's where all hell broke loose. And people were getting fired left and right. It's like, it just got really corporate-y, like corporate-y. You know what I'm saying? We introduced a credit card. We introduced all these goals. We introduced a system called the Circle of Life, which if you didn't hit every metric on the Circle of Life, you got wrote up. If you did it for 2 weeks straight, you were fired, even if you were a store manager.
This is in GameStop. They introduced something called the Circle of Life.
Yeah, basically it was like new games lead to trades because somebody buys a new game, they bring it back in. That leads to trades. Trades leads to pre-owned sales. Pre-owned sales leads to, discount cards. It was like a circle chart they had. They called it the Circle of Life. Now, every single metric on the Circle of Life, they graded you on. And if you were not extremely high in every, like, it wasn't like 2% or 5%. It was like 20%, 15% in every single category, which was almost impossible. So you had people working at the company for 10 years, giving their life to the company. My store made $850,000 of operating profit in 2014, I think.
Profit?
Huge. Yeah, operating profit, 850 grand. And it's just a small little goofy GameStop that I was running. Keep in mind, I only saw, I think, $1,800 of that in my bonus, which is hilarious. But that's neither here nor there. You're not paid well. I was paid like 30 grand a year. It's pretty rough. And they still are, actually. The pay at GameStop hasn't increased in like 10 years, unless you work in a state where it's required. So that being said, it got really, really overbearing. And people were getting fired left and right. They've been at the company for 10 years, 15 years, giving their life to the company, and they would get fired because they missed Circle of Life for 2 weeks. It was crazy, man. It's a crazy time. And everybody was starting, the morale was getting low. So we would do like a regional call. And then our regional director would just dig his heels in and be like, hey, if you don't want to get, high numbers in your Circle of Life, then you're not trying. And to be honest, you can just work somewhere else. And I'm like, and everybody in the call is freaking out. Dude, I remember we were on a call once and one guy just started like arguing with the regional director. He's like, what the hell's going on? And he was just cursing. It was great. And I was like, oh my God, because I didn't want to be involved. Because my store always ranked well. We ranked in the top 100 in 2014 in the entire company out of 6,000 stores or something.
Did that guy did he get shit canned? That guy?
No, that guy. Yeah, of course. The regional director's still there to this day.
No, but the guy talking shit to him.
Oh yeah, he's gone. They probably killed him. They probably took him in the back and shot him. But that being said, it was wild, but it taught me a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I eventually left in I think it was 2018. I left because they were gonna fire me anyway because I wasn't ranking in the top 2,000 like I always was, and I stopped caring because that year where I ranked 94th in the whole company, because they give you a plaque and they send you on a cruise and shit. It's a big deal. That same regional director I was just telling you about came in my store and he was talking to me because I ranked 94th. And I was like, dude, he's about to fist bump me. We're going to have a great time. I'm so excited. He comes in and drills me for a whole hour on just random little stuff and says my bathroom's not spotless. Therefore, I'm shit. And then he emails the entire company, right? Just tags everybody. But he doesn't mention me by name. And he says, just because you rank 94th in the company doesn't mean you're a good manager if your bathroom's not clean. And dude, and he didn't say my name, but I knew he was talking about me.
Of course.
So I was livid. And ever since that day, I never tried again. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Never again. Done. And that was it. That was because, dude, how do you do that to people? Like, and keep in mind, my bathroom wasn't dirty. It was an old Rhino Games. So it was just, dude, it was put together with duct tape. So the bathroom didn't even have carpet. It had like these little square chunks that were just kind of misshapenly stuck around. It was an awful looking place. You couldn't clean it. You'd have to rebuild it. You'd have to actually rebuild and redesign the back room. But it didn't matter. So I don't know how you don't treat your employees that are producing, profit for you in large numbers. Treat them well to ensure that profit continues. And that's what GameStop's known for. They're known for destroying the morale of people that have been there long and that produce numbers just so they can hire somebody in at half the, price. And
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's neither here nor there, but
for sure.
The biggest thing.
GameStop had bathrooms.
Yeah. Well, they don't have public bathrooms unless you live in certain like counties where you're required to have them. We just told them we didn't have them though. And that led a guy to like shitting in my floor once because I told him we didn't have one. And he just walked to the corner and took like the Triceratops poop from Jurassic Park. It was so big. I swear it was steaming.
Wait. Well, okay, hold on. Okay.
Did you take off the glasses and everything? Go, damn.
Yeah, I didn't clean that shit. No.
Walk me through because I'll tell you what, the Legion of Memers are going to take this and they're going to run with this. All right. So give us the story of exactly how that went down because I'm curious.
Okay, so this guy comes into my store. He's like 40, and he just simply is like, hey, you guys have a bathroom. And I'm instructed to say, we don't have a public bathroom because, it's GameStop. It's pretty shitty. The bathroom was like the storage and we had all of our new systems in there and all like the intricate, like high dollar stuff. So of course we couldn't let anybody go back there. So I'm like, no, we don't have a public bathroom, but Firehouse Subs next door, they got one and it smells great in there. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I do. I go straight in that bitch. Anyways. So he's like, oh, okay, cool. He walks out the door for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, okay, I guess he's going somewhere to use the bathroom. He comes back in. I guess he got pissed. And he goes to the corner right out of camera shot and just crouches down behind one of the gondolas or whatever. And I didn't think anything of it. And then he left. And then my third key, his name was TK. He was like, oh my God, bro. He's like, that dude just shit. And I was like, what? And I like look over there. I like run over there and I look and it's like, I can't believe how big it was. So I guess it was an emergency, but God, dude, it was like the Triceratops poop from Jurassic Park. And I was like, oh my God. And then the door chimes and this lady's running. So it's like there's like a multi-layer cake here. She's running. I guess he told her and she runs up to the shit and she scoops it with her hands, picks up and just runs out the door. She cleaned up most of it, all the like big stuff. And I was like, what just happened?
Wait,
and dude,
who was the lady?
I don't know, man. Either his handler or his wife, I guess.
Did this
His handler.
Yeah, dude, she scooped it and she ran. So I made I wasn't gonna clean it up because I'm like, look, I'm a store man. I've paid my dues. So some
paid
like
your doo-doos.
yeah, some part-time girl who was a nurse like didn't care. She's like, dude, I'll clean it. It's cool. I see this shit all the time, and she cleaned it. It was great. But yeah,
She's seen this shit all the time, like guys walking in, taking dumps in the corner of the store. Like,
damn. Yeah, dude, it was wild. That story always. Now I have a lot of stories that are way spicier, but that one for some reason just sticks out in my mind. Like, how do you shit in the
I
floor?
wonder why.
And you've seen videos, right? You guys have seen those videos where it's like there's like a lady and she's walking through the produce and she just like shakes her leg and like turds fall out and you're like, oh my god, what happened?
No, what videos do you watch on the internet?
Dude, there's so many videos of like women. For some reason, it's always a woman, and they're in like a Walmart, and they're always in like the produce or the meat.
I've never shit myself.
And they just like there's this one girl that's just walking, and she literally like in 1 second like flops her drawers down and just shoots like a rocket, and then pulls them back and keeps walking. And I'm like, why didn't you just go to the bathroom?
Adam, you look like you have so many questions right now,
dude.
I think you broke him.
There is so many of the they just shoot freaking just rockets out.
Oh, Adam, you're muted. We can't hear you, buddy.
He's so speechless. He can't even say
anything.
Yeah, he's muted.
I can't hear you at all. I don't know what's going on.
No, dude, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. So that's the story that sticks out in my mind. It's just we're just my God.
Wow. They're like hold on, there you go. Got you, Adam?
You can hear me? Okay. I was sitting at Union Square one time in New York City, and of course, it also was a woman. I saw a woman walk up to.
What do you mean? Of course, it was a woman. What does that mean?
That's what he just said. It's always a woman. So I'm saying, of course, my story, it was a woman. I'm not saying, shut up, Labs. I'm trying to tell a story. All right. And I'm sitting there, and there's I don't know if you know what Union Square is. It's quite a center of a hangout. A lot of people used to hang out there. And this woman just walks up and sits down right on the sidewalk and just starts going to the bathroom into the grid. Now, underneath the grid is where people stand on the platform. So she's just raining on these people.
Oh my God.
Down below. And she I think she had a cigarette in her mouth. She's just like sitting there smoking a cigarette, just kind of like everyone's looking at her like, what the hell is this woman doing? And then she stands up and walks away. I'm like, I've never seen anything like it, and that's kind of what the story reminds me of.
No, so there was somebody messaged me years ago. I made a McDonald's video or something. These people were all in this play place, right? Back when McDonald's had the play places everywhere, and they're just eating their stuff, and the kids are playing in the thing. And for some reason, the kids get this great idea, or one of them, or I don't remember the story, but he like shits and pisses just like pure liquid in one of the tunnel things. And
it happens, man.
The place is it just goes over all the seats and chairs, so it just starts raining like golden like rain and shit juice all over these people's food that they're just like sitting there trying to eat. And I'm like, man, I would literally, dude, I would throw a kid off a building. Shit, no way.
So like father, like
grown
son.
man strength.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Grown man strength, right there. That's good.
No more.
What? Paul came in with another gifted membership to Bill. Hey, Paul. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Aaron says, just an idea. Camelot would be a great Dick Dastardly in wacky races if they did a live action. Krigler equals.
Wait, hold on. Dick Dastardly, is that the guy that has the dog that laughs?
I think so.
Yeah. That was my favorite guy back in the day.
Krigler equals Professor Pat Pending. Two guys, Boulder Brothers. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that. We'll if they ever make a live action wacky races, then we'll definitely make sure that Adam and Camelot have the opportunity to be pitched for that for sure.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Nodding came in and says, I watched my friend who assisted managers our now defunct EB Games get grilled by the regional manager in front of the customers. Dude was a prick. That apparently is a standard thing when you are a regional manager.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only way to get to that position in the current climate. Now, there are some companies out there where you got some good people working in good positions. They exist, man. They're just the minority, right? I think the way you get to those positions is you have to backstab the hell out of people, and you have to do some rough shit because
take it in the ass.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's for damn sure. And look, now, a lot of people say, but Cody, Would you do that to get a role? Would you just suck off the executive and let him thumb you a little to get like a role in a Marvel movie? Yes, I would. 100%. Are you kidding me? Look, I understand. I was watching this movie called The Gate the other night, Craig. And it's like a movie from 1987.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an old horror movie where this kid accidentally opens the gates of hell behind his house.
Accidentally. Got it.
Yeah. And there's these little bitty goblin looking dudes and they're running around doing shit. I love that movie. I used to watch it when I was a kid. So I watched it the other night. Right. All right. And dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was absolutely great. I loved it. And I lost my train of thought. But that's
what's this have to do with thumbs and
regional
advancing?
managers?
Regional managers.
Thank you so much. God, dude, I got so enthralled with the Gate.
It's okay. The Gate.
So, there was this lady. She's the sister to the brother of the kid that opens the hell mouth. And she's a pretty young girl. And I was like, I wonder what else she was in, right? Because I gotta Google her nudes. Because she's probably been in something, later on in life. And I Googled her ass. Her last movie she ever did was The Gate in 1987. And I was like, what the hell happened? And this girl I was watching the movie with, yeah, dude, there it is. The girl I was watching this movie with, she was like, well, she probably didn't suck off the executives. And I was like, oh, you're exactly right. Why did she not? Is she too good for the executive juice? Dude, I would have done it, man. Dude, you can be Thor's baby brother, you best believe. How many of you want? I'll do one day.
Why do you sound like Kermit when you say believe?
Everybody says this. They've said this since day one. And I don't hear it, but apparently I do sound like Kermit.
I could hear it a little bit, I guess.
That's why I said believe. I was like, hello.
You best believe. Is that a Kermit? Does that sound like Kermit?
No, that was further away from Kermit. You got to be natural with it.
Good. I need to
you're
stop.
You're like 20% Kermit right there. You're all right. But we'll get there. So I appreciate you're a guy who knows your limits. That like to advance, that sometimes you got to do bad things.
I'd have done it. I do it. Dude, I'm trying to do things. Like, do you think I'm going to be...
I see that. You're trying to do things.
I'm going to be... Listen, Blabs, you think I'm going to be in my 92 Civic, driving to Walmart to work? Or I could be in my Ferrari driving to the studio to film the new hot delicious thing. But
sitting a little uncomfortable, but it's worth it.
Yeah, no, but they're like, but Cody, you had to suck off the Weinstein. And I'm like, yeah,
Weinstein?
But I don't think about the Weinstein anymore when I'm shifting through the sequential gears and it's freaking screaming. I'm saying, bye, bye, bye. Like, I don't think about the PP. Dude, shit, I can put stuff in the back of my mind. I'll never think about it again. I had a recurring memory come back recently, and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Fight milk.
Dude, I don't remember. It as soon as it came, it went. What I'm saying? Tinder dates when I was 27, right? So they were
all those things that kind of pop up in the back of our mind, and we just kind of push them back a little further. Just push them back.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude, for sure. Ain't no question, man.
No regrets.
No regrets. Ever.
No regards.
So your YouTube channel has gone really well, though. You've done pretty good with the YouTube channel. Like, who'd you suck off to get there?
Dude, I don't know. Okay, so
Susan, right?
Dude, I go ham. I don't give a damn. No, like, so I don't know what happened. I released a video called "Working at GameStop." I worked at GameStop for 11 years. Here's my story. That was my video, and I put out a video like once a week for a while. And that video, I think, got like 8,000 views, 10,000 views. I put it on Reddit as well in r/videos, and it went to the front at the top of the page for like 24 hours. It was completely random. Keep in mind, the video is terrible. I'm like sitting there saying random shit. Don't know what I'm doing. I filmed it like 5 times because I had no idea what to do. No lighting. I filmed it with my face camera on my phone. It's like an S3 or some shit. So anyways, I put it on Reddit. It goes to the front page, and I spent the whole next day like answering questions about it because it was an AMA. And then I put out a video a week about GameStop usually because I'm like, well, this is what I know, right? I've been there 11 years. People are like, why do you always talk about that? It's like, because it's all I damn know. All right. So I put a video out a week, and I did that for about 4 or 5 months, I think, maybe 6 months. And then it just got too much, right? I was working full time at Walmart as a district manager. And or a market manager is what they called him. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Work's getting real stressful. So I stopped doing that. And I shit you not, 2 weeks after I stopped, I was at my friend's graduation. She was graduating from, forget, some school in Georgia, LaGrange. And I just started getting notifications on my phone. Like, just my phone was just going wild. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I refreshed, okay? I refreshed my page on YouTube Studio, and I was getting like 1,000 subscribers every time I refreshed, every like 10 minutes.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? And by the end of that weekend, I had 30,000 subscribers. And I was like, well, I got to release a GameStop video when I get home. And it got 100,000 views in like a day. And I was like, oh my God. So then I started streaming, and somebody joined and was like, turn on super chats. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And then super chats were crazy. It was wild. And that's what I've done that for years. Now, I don't really, it's hard to continue doing it because, you know, sometimes videos get 1,000 views or 5,000 views. Sometimes they'll get 80,000 views. It's so weird how it works. And sometimes you'll do a video that does amazing, and you're like, well, I'm going to do a video in that exact same style, and then it does terrible. And you're like, what the fuck's happening? So, but there's off months, and there's months that are good, months that are bad. Some months are better than others. But I still do talk about companies. I talk about a lot of companies like Walmart, Lowe's, Target, GameStop, all that, Bed Bath & Beyond. You can see down there, Guitar Center. Talk about a lot of stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. And I love it, dude. I think it's great. And my favorite part though is streaming. I started a show called Camelcast, and it has been wild. I had Critical Drinker on recently. I had, of course, Gary Nerdrotic. He was on, great guest. Nick Ricada comes on all the time. Just a lot of cool. Gothics was on the other day. I get a lot of cool people on there, and it's been so much fun to do these podcasts. Had Donut Operator on recently. So yeah, dude, a lot of fun. Good show. I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Tonight I have Chrissy Mayer on, so it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's great, man.
Excited to do that. But yeah, YouTube it's been really interesting because I'm one of those guys. I didn't accomplish anything in life. I was married, right? And I was married for like 7 years. And I just went to work and came home. That was like my life, right? And then when she left, I left GameStop, you know. And I was like, I've always wanted to do YouTube, so let me give it a shot. So I gave it like a legitimate shot. A lot of people don't understand. And I've seen this a lot. Okay, so I'll have people message me, hey, how do you do YouTube? I'm going to be honest, I don't really know. But a lot of people will release one video they work really hard on, and it doesn't do shit because that's, you know, it's your first video. And they get discouraged and stop immediately every single time. And I'm like, dude, you got to do this for months and months and months and months before like the algorithm even recognizes you exist. And then they'll start throwing you some bones. All right. So I started doing this on my alt channel as well. Same thing happened. You know, no views for 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, and then it just started rolling again. So even though I took a break from it again because it's just too much work, man. But yeah, you have to continue. You have to be consistent and continue and just double down as hard as you can. That's the issue. Don't listen to your chat because sometimes they just get the worst about, hey, you should be a reaction channel. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to become a reaction channel. I'm not going to react to Metallica's new song and claim I've never heard it. You know, you've ever seen those? It's
right.
Listening to Stairway to Heaven for the first time, and it's a guy going, and I'm like, oh, eat my ass. You are 34.
right.
This is not the first time you heard damn Stairway to Heaven.
Right? Have you, is this your full-time job now? Are you doing YouTube full-time?
Yeah, so I got fired from Walmart.
Why?
What happened there?
How'd that happen?
Yeah, in July of 2019, right when I started YouTube too. Well, so I was making videos, of course, about GameStop, and I made a video about Walmart because I'm a dumbass. And the video about Walmart got 300,000 views. Did great, and I was like, oh shit. So that's whatever, you know. Well, my old district manager at GameStop found out I was working at Walmart, I guess, because he was like watching me like a hawk because I was talking about him in my videos. I just never mentioned him by name.
Right.
He made a caricature of him, and he was just like a rat. He was a rat with a suit on, right? So, anyways, he found it. He found the Walmart video, I guess, and found out I was working at Walmart. So he called Walmart's corporate office. And the next day, my LP, or not my LP manager, my HR manager called me and was like, we have to have a discussion. And I knew because my regional director, which wasn't supposed to tell me, but he was kind of a good old boy and kind of real dumb. He called me and he's like, so they found your YouTube, man. And I'm like, oh, great. So we had a conference call. They fired me on the conference call. Which
what did you say to get you fired? Was it just that you had a YouTube channel, or were you?
I talked about Walmart in a video, and it was, I don't even remember what the video was about. It was just reading employee messages. And obviously it was disparaging against Walmart because the employees had nothing good to say. And I'm sure I framed it terribly. I mean, how do you get views, right? You got to frame it pretty terribly because it's terrible. It's a terrible place to work. They were pissed about it because it broke their social media policy. So it was a legitimate like termination. But the fact that my old district manager for GameStop called, that made it a little bit spicier. So I made a video about it. And you asked who I sucked off before for this to happen.
It's an important question.
Yes. So Rich, Review Tech USA, Rich, he made a video about it when I got fired. And then Clean Prince Gaming, he used to be a large YouTuber, and he made a video about it like the same day. So I went from like 30K subs to 70K in like 2 days. And stuff like that just kept, like, people would just share my story, and I hit 100K in like 9 months, I think. And then so that's kind of what happened, is just other big YouTubers made videos about it and really helped me out. So, and I don't post on Reddit anymore. Reddit hates my ass now, right? So
right.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill says, I'm with Camelot. Sometimes in order to get ahead in life, you got to give. You have to give some. There you go, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
You have to know, yeah.
My first job was Walmart, a member of ICS, and your last job was Walmart. I love that. That's right.
So what? So I see. What's interesting about you is apparently, and I'm just seeing this in our chat. You have your fans, and there are some people who just don't like you. Why do people not like you?
I don't know, man. I think it's because the rise to prominence so fast. I mean, as soon as as soon as it started blowing up, of course there's people that were angry that I blew up. Mm-hmm. And it's the same stuff. You'll see it a lot. There's no new stuff, I guess, because there's nothing really spicy. But when I first started, I'm from Alabama, right? I grew up in a place called Hoax Bluff, Alabama. We had a graduating class of like 18 people. I didn't even graduate. So so I lived there my whole life. And when I started YouTube, I was very self-conscious about how I sounded. So I tried really hard to just not have an accent. So I would be like, CAMELOT331 here, and we're talking about GameStop today. I would try real hard to just, and I would have to refilm shit. And then I got like 3 or 4 or 5 months in, and I was growing, and the live stream was growing, and I stopped giving a fuck. I was just like, whatever, who cares? So I'd be like, what's up, bitches? And I just started just really leaning into myself and what I sound like in real life, because we started doing meetups, and we started doing, going to Montsuri and stuff. And people were like, wow, I didn't think you were like identical in real life to how you are on stream. I'm like, yeah, I got really, really natural at doing this. And then there was a handful of people, probably like literally 2 people, that were claiming there was this giant conspiracy where I had a fake accent and I was actually from Canada or some shit. And it snowballed so hard to where I got swatted. And like, there was this guy calling the police on me all the time for no reason, for literally no reason. It was the craziest shit ever. And just because he didn't like me, I talked to him through email once, and he claimed that I didn't deserve to make money on YouTube. And I thought what he was saying was he was against monetization, which I totally have seen people like that. They're like, I'm against monetization. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird, but all right. And then they literally, like, the guy was like, no, I deserve money. You don't, because you're a liar. Keep in mind, this guy eventually he deleted his channel because he's a freaking psycho. Of course. But he messaged my ex-wife on Facebook and said, do you know what's the story of you and CAMELOT331 / Cody Denson, whatever? And she was like, can you please not message me? And like, I have the original DM, right? She's like, whatever, I don't talk to Cody, blah, blah, blah. Don't message me anymore. And he took a screenshot of it and put it in whatever, like, I guess some program where you can make fake messages, and then made it look like I beat her. As if she would just answer a random message request saying, yes, he beat me. And it's so hard to talk about. If it's hard to talk about, why you randomly messaging this random dude? And then he posted it on Twitter. And I was like, oh, okay. So I messaged my ex-wife because we're on good terms. I guess he's probably like 15 or mentally challenged, so he doesn't realize that things can end on normal terms. And I messaged her. I'm like, did you get a DM from this guy? And she's like, yeah, but it's actually this lady, because he has a fake, of course, it's fake Facebook, because he brings truth, and I'm a liar, right? So she sends me the original DM. She's like, don't message me, like F off, basically. And I took a screenshot and posted it to his tweet. And of course he deletes it, and then he gets banned off Twitter immediately. So the same guy gets really angry because, and keep in mind, it's like one freaking dude, maybe a handful of people that watched this weird channel back in the day. So I have I race in this series now, but before then I would take it to road courses and tests and stuff. So I took it to Daytona and I wrecked my NASCAR stock car. And a bunch of my followers were like, hey, do you make a GoFundMe? And I didn't want to, because you know how GoFundMes are. You make one, people are going to be like, you're a bitch, you son of a bitch, how dare you? You robbing. So I was like, all right, whatever. But then I decided to, because like 3 people in my community was like, dude, we'll fund you and help you out. And I was like, whatever, fuck it. I don't want to give up the dream yet. So I did it. And I put the goal at like 15,000. And I ended up making like 11,400 and something, I think. And I said anything that is over how much it cost, I'll use it on my 24 car, which is my second car, or brakes for my 12 car. And we went over like $4,000. It cost, I think, $6,500 or $7,000 to fix the car. I can't remember. I think it was $6,500. And then I literally bought a set of brakes, like NASCAR brakes, which are like $4,000, $5,000. And that was it. That was all of it. And I was like, hell yeah. And the one guy that donated like the $4,000 or $5,000, he donated it and with the subtext of saying get brakes. And I was like, all right, cool. So that's what I did. And this one guy and a couple other people were like, you scam people out of an extra $5,000, which went towards the brakes. And like, we're making videos about it and no one cared because it's people donated willingly. And I know the people, I know them personally.
For your car.
Yeah. Like I know them personally. I know the people that did it personally. There's one guy that did it just for the brakes. It's like one of the guys that's actually on my team now that travels with me. So
I think that's probably like one of the most fascinating things is like when people talk about people donating online, or if you have for whatever reason, right? People can do whatever they want with their money, right? And I've been very consistent about that the entire time, right? I think that if you're upfront if you say here are our goals, right, and this is what we're going to do with the money that is donated, or whatever it may be, it's people have to make that decision. Now, if you were to say, here are our goals, and then never do them, well, then there's issues, right? But I think that some people have a hard time getting over the idea that people just want to support people that they like and they appreciate,
Yeah, and I've never understood the issue is, look, I get it. Like, there's people in the chat that have started YouTubes, they weren't successful, and instead of them pushing harder for success, they just get mad at the people that are already successful, and they want to take them down. So I say this every stream. People will be super chatting, especially when the super chats are really heavy. Like they're going ham as fuck. I will reiterate this disclaimer to the chat. Look, guys, you do not have to super chat me. That is not, this is a lot tonight. You don't have to do that. It is never required. I'm just glad you're here. Dude, there are people I talk to every single day in DMs on Instagram or Twitter that have never dropped a cent for me. I just appreciate all these people being here. Right. And it doesn't matter. They're like, oh, you beg for money. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Just turn off monetization forever to prove to you? Even then, I would still be a piece of shit to these like select few people that didn't make it. And so I don't really worry about it anymore. I haven't thought about that shit in a long time.
Good for you.
Because you're never going to be able to like get those people out of your community. It's going to be like that. I ended up getting swatted by the guy. This is the end of that story. So I got swatted, and that was the last straw. I was like, fuck this. I'm tired of this. So I found out who it was. I hired this person, found out who it was, what country they lived in. Wasn't in America. Got in contact with those people, and then I got in contact with YouTube directly. And I filed what is it? They released a video of me. It was like a crying compilation, I think. Because, damn it, Adam. He's like, you're laughing. No, stop laughing, you bastard. No, so I made like, I don't remember. It was like it was like 1 or 2 streams where, dude, I grew up in a trailer park, man. So when I saw like $2,000 in super chats in like 20 minutes pop up, like I got emotional. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is the craziest thing that's ever happened. So I got a little emotional. So you know, look, dude, I'm an emotional man. I watch Moana. I shoot the tears out like bullets, man. It's just when the little baby girl goes towards the ocean and then the ocean parts and there's the heart of the ocean and it goes, hey, dude, I lose my shit every time. I can't help it. So, dude, it's just weird. Even old beer commercials do that shit to me. So it's whatever. Dude released the crying compilation, which is fine. And I was talking to YouTube and talking to my YouTube partner manager. And I found out I could, you know, since this guy's reposting content, I can flag him and then he could flag me back and it'll reverse. So no harm, no foul. But to flag me back, he has to list his full name and his email address, which I know he won't do because he's 100% like he got me swatted. So I was like, fuck this. I'm done with this motherfucker. So I was like, okay, well, at least he can give me my email so I can file a lawsuit. His full name, his email, and I can file a lawsuit when you start getting this bullshit rolling. So he gives a fake name, of course, and a fake email. And YouTube knows this because I'm talking to YouTube and my partner manager every day about it. So they're like, yeah, he gave a fake email and fake name. And his address was listed as a McDonald's in New York City for some reason. So YouTube emails him back and they're like, hey, you gave a fake name and fake email, which is against our TOS. And they demanded the accurate information and he deleted all of his channels like that day.
So he got caught and he ran away.
And look, I got to reiterate, I've never flagged anybody for anything. I don't believe in that at all. But once that guy got me swatted, I was like, I just need to know his name so I can file a lawsuit. And then it will reverse the flagging. I don't care. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I just need his name because you can't get his name otherwise. And then he deleted his channel because he would rather lose his whole channel with all his subscribers, all his videos and everything instead of giving me his email because he knew he would lose in a lawsuit in 1 fucking second. Right. And he would probably get charged with some kind of terrorism in his country because I know it was definitely not illegal in his country or not legal in his country. He lived in like New Zealand and Australia at one point. So that was the whole deal. And then he disappeared. But you'll see him come back every once in a while. Like if you ever have me on as a guest or if I'm on any other shows, you'll see him in the chat.
Is he in our chat? Is he in our chat right now?
Yeah, he's in chat right now.
Okay.
He copy and paste the same shit over and over.
Okay. It's like, how sad.
Dude, it's been years. He's silly. He's so silly.
That means you made it, though.
So, you did it.
Good for you.
Listen, I have people who still follow me around for things that happened in 2008. Yeah. So like it sticks with people longer than it'll stick with you. You know, that's the thing is like you're able to move on, but some people it just whatever it is, sometimes people just take things and they'll hold on to them and it'll just literally be a part of their personality in time.
And it's hard for me to be mad because I understand it's like a mental health thing. Like I understand how my mind works. Dude, once I see something, maybe it upsets me, which doesn't usually happen very often. Mm-hmm. I forget about it in 2 seconds and I move on. If I see a YouTuber, if I'm watching a YouTube stream, they say some bullshit and I'm not really attached to the creator at all, I'll be like, it's a little weird. And I'll just hit the YouTube home button and I'll go click on another video and start watching or listening in the background while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Right. And I never think about it again. But then you have other people that they'll hyper focus on it for years and try to like ruin somebody's life over it. And I can't necessarily be mad because I understand that it's a mental health condition. They're suffering from something they can't freaking control. And it sucks that it ends up getting people hurt. And in some situations they get killed because of swattings and stuff like that. Which is their end goal. They don't want you to not make money. They want you to die.
Yeah. I think that's probably, I think you can talk to pretty much anybody online and they will, I think we all agree that there should be serious consequences to any sort of swatting or doxing or anything along those lines. And the fact that there's not in this age of information, like it's crazy to think that that's not even a federal crime or just something that causes serious repercussions attached to that. Just from a safety perspective, man, it's scary. So
there's a serious lack of self accountability and the desire to blame others. You know, everyone's told they're perfect the way they are, which is like the biggest crock of shit that anyone can be told, because you can always be better. You can always improve. You can always do whatever you're doing in a better way to be more successful and more successful. But people don't want to hear that. They just want the baseline. So when they see other people being successful, it's like, I need to remove them instead of look at yourself and be like, how can I be more successful myself? Like, what are they doing that works that I can maybe actually learn from and become better myself? They don't want to do that. They want the easy road, the participation trophy in life. It's like, that's not going to get you anywhere.
It's whatever, dude. It's what it's insane to me, because I would even have level-headed conversations with trolls. I'm super open to it. I don't get angry at all. I'm like, dude, let's talk about this. Like, what can you do to improve your personal situation? Because obviously you're going through some shit right now. So what's going on? And they just get even more mad. And what you said is perfect. People are told their whole life that they're perfect. My parents didn't do that shit, because I was in a trailer park. Obviously shit wasn't perfect. So, they never really said that, but I think it was, especially in the 90s, that new generation, every kid was told they can be anything they want to be and they're perfect how they are. But when you hear the phrase, you're perfect how you are, and that is reaffirmed to you your entire growth part of your life, why would you self-improve?
Exactly.
You have people that peaked at 16 in high school, and then they get in their old pickup and they go down to the Piggly Wiggly parking lot to drink, and they're like 38, and they're talking about that game in high school where they caught the touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm like, there is always room for self-improvement, and you're right.
100%.
It's just participation trophies. That coupled with social media destroyed our current culture.
Yep.
Just destroyed forever.
We got so much to talk about. I'll tell you, this is great. I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at a couple memes, and then we're gonna head over to the post show, because I've loved this conversation. I think this has been really, really good, and we got so much more to talk to. We're gonna head over to Patreon here in just a second. We've gone in 75 minutes or so. That's about where we go. But if you guys would like to support the show, you can over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. We really appreciate the support. Let's take a look at a couple of these memes real quick that were sent over by the legions of memers.
Shout out to the Legion.
That's right. Legion's great. Here we go. Check it out.
I used to drag here back in high school.
Yeah, man, I mean, that's cool. If you want to dress like a lady,
This is great.
That railroad crossing up there is exactly a quarter mile away from here.
I hear you, Mr. Google Maps. Well, it is exactly 2.33 miles to the Walmart up there.
On green, I'm going for it.
There you go. There's one of them. That's nice. Very good.
Green, I'm going for it.
Love that. Thank you so much, Superman. Appreciate that. And we got one more. I knew this one was coming. And
You asked for it, you got it.
Yep, here we go.
That's about what it was like. Oh, look at that. Damn.
That was one big pile of shit.
Is that what it was like?
Yeah, it was awful, dude. It was awful. I'm real thankful for his wife/handler that came in and scooped the majority of it and ran out. That leads
Where
me
did
to
she
believe,
go with it?
dude, I don't know, but that leads me to believe that this is a normal occurrence.
Yeah. I'm more amazed at the fact that there was a random woman that came in to scoop his shit bare hand than the fact that he actually took the shit in the store.
Yeah. She went in there and scooped it. It was like a roller coaster of emotion. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And then she ran up and scooped it barehanded. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened.
There's so many layers to this. So many layers.
Happened.
Wow. Outstanding. Hey, Boat Knight came in and says a few minutes ago. Thank you so much, Boat Knight, for this. Sorry, I'm just getting to your super chats here. Boat Knight says, look, I'll take a strong stand. F Walmart. I'm not a hero. Don't call me a hero. There you go, Boat Knight. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Mikey came back, says, wants the detractors for CAMELOT331 to rise up, which I think it's not really detractors, more like detractor. But we'll see.
It's a handful of people. It's not a lot of people.
As you grow, so do the haters, unfortunately. It is what it is. And Wolfsbane says, Circle of Life, more like Rings of Death or the Red Rings of Death. There you go. Thank you so much, Wolfsbane. Appreciate that. All right. So, Camelot, tell everybody where they can find you real quick if they don't already know who you are, and we can let everybody know where they can find you.
I am quite literally CAMELOT331 on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, all that stuff. About to hit 10,000 followers on Rumble finally. Took 4 whole months. It was rough 4 months of grind, but hit 10,000 on Rumble, or I think I'm 90 away from 10,000 on Rumble. And I don't really do much on Instagram other than reels that my editor makes. But yeah, go follow me on YouTube. YouTube is a big one. Until something changes. Look, I wish that there was a site like Rumble's doing a good job right now. Locals Rumble, but they don't replace like what YouTube's bringing in as far as like eyeballs and revenue, right? And until that happens, I need everything as hard as possible on YouTube. But I do love I love that these other sites are coming up. So do please follow me on Rumble. I've had a lot of fun on Rumble. They've made so many damn changes in
improvements.
3-4 months. Dude, this site was like 1991 4 months ago, and now it looks almost up to scuff. Right. Sure. So there's a few little fixes here and there, and it's going to be ham. They need to somehow allow, and I know there's a 30% charge in Apple, maybe 40, but they need to allow like hyper or Rumble rants is what they're called. They need to allow that to be approved through mobile somehow. I know they don't want to give Apple money. I get it. But what is it? 75%, 80% of people use mobile now.
Right.
For media. So that you're cutting off a big head. So we need the head. All right. We need the tip. It's very important.
Well, if you guys are watching over on Rumble, make sure you guys hit the follow button for us as well as for Camelot over there. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button and the thumbs up button over on Rumble as well. Thumbs up are big. We make that a part of your routine when you come and hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate that. All right, Blabs, you got anything before we head out to the post show?
Yeah, tonight on Ryan Kinnell's stream, I will be on with also Gary and Garrett. We're talking Harry Potter. It's gonna be a fun show.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
7 p.m. Eastern.
Just follow me on Twitter. It's right under my face.
Sounds good. Adam?
Well, it's good to be back. Camelot, it was great to meet you, man. I love your stories. I really can't stress this enough. You got to come back because this was a lot of fun.
Dude, I'm super. Dude, this is he said Monday at noon or whatever, which is my time. That's great. It's perfect. Because everybody's always like, let's do it at 8. And I'm like, bro, that's when my show is. I can't do anything at 8, so works.
Nice.
Middle of the day, which is great. Yeah. All right, well, let's get out of here. Let's head over to Patreon. Once again, if one of you would come over and become a Patreon today, that'd be a patron. That would be huge over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. Metastep came in with the $2 just before we hit the bell. Says, keep doing what you do. Love watching the show. Thank you so much, Metastep. And Joshua has become a brand new patron just now over at patreon.com.
One more? Can we do one more then? One more?
The challenge is out there. Let's see if you can meet Joshua over there. Man, hey, listen. Cody, I very much enjoy talking to you, man. This is really, really great. We're going to continue on over there. Joseph, the super chats now come in at the very last second. It says, God bless y'all. I'm glad I ran into y'all. Camelot, your intro pumps me up.
Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. My intro is just me twerking for 2 minutes.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. On repeat, or is it just actually 2 minutes straight of just real footage?
Well, it's like a meme. It's like I'm there's a song playing and then She-Hulk
on loop is what you mean.
Yeah, She-Hulk's doing it with me, and then it has like a clip from this panel I did back in the day.
Love it.
Okay.
All right, well, meet us over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. We'll see you guys over there. Twitch, let's say goodbye to you. Goodbye, Twitch.
Fatality.
Goodbye. YouTube. Hold on. Actually, Rumble. Let's say goodbye to you.
YouTube.
Craig hit puberty.
Rumble. Bye. And YouTube. Let's see you guys over there as well. Bye.
Fatality.
Stop.